Good morning, everyone. It is day 7 of our Warrior Goddess New Year giveaway that everybody is invited to. I'm Heather Ashamara. I've been broadcasting since January 1st, doing love streams, as we're calling it, every day at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon New York, and 5 o'clock London. So welcome as you join in. You're going to hang out for a while. Go ahead and share where you're tuning in from and say hello. I would love that. And I just kind of rolled out of bed. Good morning, Kathy. I was up really late last night and then up early this morning, just really inspired. I'll tell you what I'm doing, but feeling super inspired, and just was on the phone with a dear friend of mine and realized I had nothing set up for the broadcast. So I'm in my super fuzzy, yummy lounging wear. I haven't brushed my hair yet. And I'm just happy to be with all of you. Day 7. And our theme for today is open. So let's play there. Hey, Valerie, Tanya. Good morning, Leah, Wendy. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Anna. Another Carrie. Or same Carrie, Kathy. Good. Megan. Welcome. Or Megan. Is it Megan? Hey, Alberta. Sue Reed. Ayantika. Hey, love. Susan. Heather. Hey, Trish. Hey, Beth. Good morning. So I'm tuning in live from just outside of Santa Fe, New Mexico, in a little town called Cerrillos. And hey, Amanda from Scotland. Hey, Chris. Hey, Kim. Hey, Rhonda. And this land, I always been like to honor the people that came before. So this land is what used to be part of the Jacarillo Apache tribe, Native Americans, and it is sacred to the Santo Domingo Pueblo. And actually, I've been thinking about this. The Pueblo just changed their name, and I want to honor what their new name is. Kiowa. So the Kiowa tribe, this land, and this is a really spectacular land that I am on part-time, is again sacred to the Kiowa tribe. There's a lot of pueblos in New Mexico, so many different areas where the traditions and cultures of the people of this land are continuing to be held. Hey, Melissa. Good morning, Ginger, Miriam. Hey, Miriam from Ireland, Cassandra, Canada, Cecilia, Lisa. Hello. Hey, Maria. Glad you could pop in. Hey, Kimberly, Rebecca, Eman. Hey, from Egypt. Good morning from Flagstaff. Hey, Sheila. Hi, Denise. So welcome, everyone. Whether you're new to me or you've been on all of these different love streams that we've been doing over the last year, really. So my intent for the Warrior Goddess New Year giveaway is to help us all step into 2021 with no expectations, to stay open to living unconditionally. And the tagline was AKA kick ass in 2021. So as we walk into the year together, my vision is we're all like gathering to go, all right, let's open our hearts, let's open our minds, let's open our being to what this year will bring. Because part of what inspired me to do these love streams is that I kept hearing people say over and over again, I can't wait till 2021. I can't wait till this is over. I can't wait till we can start again. And I've been like, the year, like, yes, we can use this as a marker to step into something new for ourselves. But the truth is we have no idea what's going to happen in terms of the pandemic. Like there's still a lot of stuff still stirred up. And what I've seen is that as humans, we can be the most present, effective, compassionate, aligned when we let go of expectations of how we think things should be. And we can instead open to how things are. And I've also seen a lot of suffering and created a lot of suffering in my own life around wanting to control what's happening, thinking that I should be different, thinking that the world should be different. And often we get into these patterns, and sometimes we don't even realize that we're in the pattern where we're judging ourselves and we're judging the world, or we're feeling victimized by what's happening in the world or how other people are treating us. And this idea of letting go of expectations means that we open to what's happening. We can actually live in more of a place of truth and presence. And from that place, make good choices. We've got a lot of people. Wales, hey, Ariane from New Zealand, Noi, Molly, hey, Kathy, hey, Soul, hey, Leslie. Good morning, Gail. Good morning, Leslie. Beautiful. Thanks, Tilly. Christy, Sikria, Christy, I said. Hey, April. Hey, Sherman. Annalisa, Helene. Hey, Helene. Finland, Europe. Hyena. Beautiful. Good morning. Hi, everybody. It's a good group today. I love it. So, of course, the day that I do not put on makeup, that I do not brush my hair, and that I put on the softest, squishiest things I have, all of you people show up. Where were you yesterday when I was super dolled up with a good top? I'm just kidding. I'm grateful that you're here. So again, this is a love stream. We're continuing to love stream through January 11th every morning in the West Coast of the United States and in the early evening in Europe. So again, today is day 7. We've been broadcasting every day. Our focus today is open. And if you haven't joined the giveaway yet, I'm going to give you that option. So what we're doing is that every day there's a little email, there's a tiny teaching, there's a little video, and there's a word, there's a focus. So today our word is open. And as you get the the giveaway of the writings and the teachings, there's also the love streams. And on top of that, there's also a physical giveaway. And the physical giveaway, I love doing giveaways. I try and do 1 or 2 giveaways a year. And what I do is I literally go through my personal stuff and I look at my jewelry, my clothes, my scars, my altars, and see what am I ready to pass on? What am I ready to gift forward? And it's always something that is really important to me and that I've loved, that I offer up. And so to be part of the giveaway, if you want to win 2 autographed books, a gift from me personally, and then get put into the grand prize drawing, what you want to do is go to warriorgoddess.com/giveaway. Boom. All I have to do is put your name and email in, and we will put you in the drawing. We're doing a random drawing every day for 11 days. And then the grand prize is a year-long membership in our Warrior Goddess training circle, as well as 2 coaching sessions with 1 or 2 of our Warrior Goddess mentors. So really beautiful, beautiful grand prize. We'll be announcing all the winners on January 15th. If you're already on the email list, so then all you have to do is check your email. The giveaway emails have been coming out every day. And then there's a little paragraph at the top that says click, and that you can chant. Chunk. Okay, Sherman, wrong place to be, love. Bye-bye. So you're welcome to hang out here, but there's no scamming, my loves. Okay, so anybody who starts scamming or reaching out to other people or trying to sell things or trying to date, yeah, beautiful. I know I love the comfy top too. It's a good top. So, all right, open. What does it mean to open? And again, I think I stopped in the middle of my sentence, is that if you are on our email list already, make sure that you click on the little link in the email so that you can get into the drawing, so that you can be in the random drawing to win shit. Hey, Elizabeth, good morning. Yeah, later, Sherman. Bye-bye. Hey, Patty, welcome. Stacy, welcome. what does it mean to open? This, when I started working with this idea, and my teachings come from a couple of different traditions. One is European earth-based spirituality. And so the really being in relationship to the cycles, to the sun and the moon, working with the elements, learning how to center ourselves in relationship with life, with the cycles, to get out of linear, I have to do it a particular way, and to realize that everything is flow and movement. And that tradition, along with Toltec wisdom, I was blessed to study with a man named Don Miguel Ruiz, who's the author of the Four Agreements, and to apprentice in that tradition for many, many years and be one of the carriers of that tradition. And the Toltec wisdom, based out of South and Central Mexico, is really about how we learn to use our perception, how we learn to bring our energy right here into this moment. So instead of leaking or draining our energy, which we often do, of learning how to stay really centered and to begin to look at this really fundamental question: what am I doing with my energy? Where is my energy going? So that we can learn how to bring our energy to gather our energy in, to learn to hold our energy, and to learn to direct. Where do I want to put my energy? Where it's the importance of that clarity. So it's this beautiful balance of what I call the warrior energy: clarity, focus, commitment, that 100% yes, and goddess energy, to open, to be creative, to be playful, to bring in joy, to bring in creativity. And that's really the fluidity and the flexibility. So as we explore this idea of what it means to open, I like to look at this from the point of view of our bodies and our energy. So opening, I'm going to invite you to play with me for a moment. Close your eyes, unless you're driving. Close your eyes and just ask yourself, ask the wisdom of your body, what does it feel like when you open? So when you feel a sense of excitement or gratitude or love, what does it feel like in your body when something opens you? And you might notice you feel a sense of relaxation. You feel a sense of softness in your belly. What does it feel like to open? So go ahead and share. Open your eyes now, and then just share in the chat. I'd love to hear, what's your experience of what it means to open? It feels light, exactly. Yeah. I know I wrote becoming a magnet for positive energies. Vulnerability, yeah. Sometimes it feels vulnerable to open. And actually, vulnerability is one of your biggest strengths. We can talk about that today, as if I'm turning to the light. Beautiful. Completeness, bright and light, joy, bliss, calm. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Anxiety, lack of resistance. Yeah, lighter heart. Great. Compassion. I feel scared. Okay. So some of you, when you open, you're going, like, your old fears or traumas may start coming up. And so this isn't about opening is good and closing is bad. It's just sometimes we want to open and sometimes we need to close, and that's okay. And so if you notice that you have fear arising or you feel really vulnerable, just notice that and embrace yourself, really hold yourself. Okay. Liberating, warm, it feels beautiful, but difficult to remove fear. Peace, inner joy, clarity, sharing energy, going with the grace of God. Yeah. Yeah, so being with whatever arose, again, there's no right way to do this. There's curiosity around it. I realized I didn't share. So these broadcasts are part of this larger giveaway that we're doing, and I'm just going to share again that link and then connect it, because I realized I didn't put it there. So there's the giveaway link. I'll pull it down in a second. So tingly, lighter, and sometimes tears in my eyes. Yeah, effervescent, calm, and excited. Yes, also vulnerable and a bit of anxiety. Okay, so that's a good thing to notice, right? So let's explore, what does it feel like to close? So close your eyes for a moment. Physically close your eyes and then ask your body, what does it feel like when you close? Maybe you're protecting yourself or you're armoring. So just notice closure in your body. And where do you feel that closure in your body? So don't just have the head thought about it. What's actually going on in your body? How is your body closing? You might feel tension in your stomach. Your hands might tighten. Your jaw might lock a little bit. Okay. So noticing when you're closed, how does that feel? How do you notice it in your body? What's the sensations? Okay. And then go ahead and open your eyes, and we'll shift out of that in a minute, but go ahead and share what you feel. So yeah, tense, safe, tense, heavy, comfortable. I feel stagnant in my heart space, shallow breathing, heavy. Again, there's no right way to do this. This is their curiosity. Uneasy, closed, safe. Okay. Collapsing in my chest, uneven balance. Chest gets heavy, tense, dark, heavy, guarded, heavy neck. Protection, relaxed. Yeah. Today I'm feeling more closed. I'm wanting to close my body with more forward position. Feeling open feels vulnerable today. Good to see, good to know. Safe, frustration, heavy in my heart. So again, as we're exploring this sensation of the difference between open and closed, it's interesting to find out what happens in your body, right? So what I'd like you to do now is go ahead and stand up and just physically shake your body for a minute so that we can just shift the energy, okay? And you can also do it just from where you're sitting. Sometimes this is good. So give yourself permission to make noise. That goes my hair. Oh, that's hilarious. What do I have in my hair? Leaves. I was out moving wood today, so there you go. All right, so move your body. Just clear your body for a minute and put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And go ahead and close your eyes again. So one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Close your eyes, take a breath. And as you exhale, make a sound. And if you can't really move the body that much, just move anything. Like if all you can move is your finger, move your finger. Rock back and forth. Okay, just gentle. That's fine. That works too. Okay, so with one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, take a breath. And here's what I'm going to invite you to do is open to your closure. So notice where there was that sense of closure in your body and practice opening around the closure. Okay, practice opening around your closure. What would that feel like? Opening around your fear. Opening around your resistance. Opening around your unease. Opening around your tension. Can you soften and open just a little bit around whatever the closure feels like in your body? Okay, and just a tiny, tiny bit. We're not saying blast yourself open. Can you just open just a tiny bit to bring your awareness and your compassion to whatever part of you is feeling closed right now? Go ahead when you're ready and open your eyes and just share with what you noticed about that sense of learning. We're practicing learning how to open to our closure. Suzanne, I love that. Such good stuff from my year of opening. Great. Yeah, how perfect is that? Freeing and alive. You know, this really transformed my life when I started understanding that the places in my body where I had resistance, where I had fear, where I had armored myself, where I had packed emotions that I didn't know what to do with, that instead of closing around those areas, when I started practicing opening, like just opening to, I'm resistant right now. I'm in fear right now. I am tender right now. I'm feeling vulnerable right now. Okay. Yeah, I said high resistance and it didn't feel that bad. Yeah, exactly. Possibilities open. Because when we open, sweethearts, what that lets in is our own wisdom, or what can arise is our own wisdom, is our own presence, is our compassion, is our intuition, is our creativity. That's what arises. Yeah, joy. I love that. This can be a good start to realize where natural boundaries are. Exactly. Good. Yeah. I noticed this with my knees hurt. I realized they are tight. When I consciously release the tightness, the pain subsides. Exactly. If you have physical pain in your body and you close around that physical pain, what happens is that it gets more intense. If you can practice opening around the pain, it shifts. You know, I had this experience. My father played a lot of racket sports. Like he played tennis, he played squash. He was very, very active when he was alive. And at a certain point, his knees gave out. And he had to get his knees replaced. And I don't know how many years ago this was, might have been 10 years ago, where I was out hiking and my knees started hurting. And my mind immediately went to, oh my gosh, there's something wrong with my knees. I have my knees just like my dad. I'm going to have to replace. I'm going to be in pain for the rest of my life. I'm not going to be able to do all the, like my whole mind just went, and I started closing around the pain. And I stopped myself. I had enough awareness. My awareness was open enough to go, stop it, sweetheart. Heather Ash, stop. Take a breath. What's going on? And I opened and I just brought my awareness into my knees with love. Hi, knees. What's going on? And what I realized, okay, goodbye. Bye-bye. Okay. What I realized is that, sweeties, if any of you start spamming, I'm going to block you. Bye-bye. So, okay. And with that dropping into my knees and opening, I realized I was walking in a way that was making my knees hurt. And so I stopped walking that way and my knees felt better. Yeah, exactly. Disaster mind. Disaster mind. So, oh, beautiful, Ginger. Now that I've befriended resistance, what has come up are tears. Yes, because we feel the softness again and that sense of release. I feel very receptive to opening my heart, but my heart has been closed for so long, I can barely feel a heartbeat. So just gentle. Then what you do, for those of you that have protected yourself by closing and armoring, just gently bring your hands to your heart many, many times a day and say, hi, sweetheart, I'm here. Nothing else. Not you should be opening, because what happens, right? I want to open my heart. So now I'm going to judge myself that my heart isn't open. And I'm going to close and push that my heart should have been open. Or I'm going to feel victimized that I don't know how to do this. You know how to do this, sweetheart. It's just going to take some time. Yeah. So gentle. And any of us that have armored, that have closed, that have protected ourselves, there's a reason. And so we want to be gentle in the opening. We want to open to the closure and just be, hi, sweetheart, be tender with ourselves. Oh, interesting, Valerie. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're just reaching more people. There's about 200 people on right now. So I think that's part of the spamming as well. Yeah. Every tiny bit opens. Exactly. I feel a softening around the hardest of my heart. Beautiful. Skylar, yes, I breathe into the pain. Damaged nerve in back. It releases the tension around the nerve. Breathing is vital. Yes, because literally when you have nerve pain, especially, or damaged, if there's more pressure on it, it's going to get more intense, and learning to release. And it's the same thing with our emotional body. When our emotional body when we have wounds from the past, if we close around the wounding, it intensifies. If we open around the wounding, the wisdom of our bodies of what we need to do to heal comes up. Yeah. Hence why I love yoga and the warrior goddess way. Yes, exactly. Yeah. You're so welcome. Yeah. And that we don't nourish ourselves. That is really true. I feel blocked. Yeah. And that's the other thing that really helps. Think about when you're laughing, when you have that sense of joy, when you open your heart around something because it's funny. If you can find the funniness, the laughter around yourself, and I don't mean like the sarcastic, like, you're hilarious, but really the gentle, like, wow, I did it again. And you can laugh at yourself with just that compassion. That will help you to open again as well. So that place of not taking ourselves so seriously. To open up to other possibilities. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so easy to love others, much harder to let others love you. Exactly. Or to love yourself, to bring that attention and that nurturing to yourself. And that's what opening does. Ghazala, I so agree. It's our connection with nature. It brings us back to ourselves. It is. It is. And so what else? Let's ask this. What opens you in your life? What opens you? It might be a good conversation with a friend. It might be a good meal. It might be going for a walk, meditating. Okay. I see there's some questions. So I'll come back to your questions. Yeah, giving opens you. What else opens you? So this is a really important question to start to ask yourself. What helps me to open? Yeah, yoga, my cat, art, exactly. Dancing, walking in nature, experience, writing. Yeah, my children and grandchildren. Yeah, not judging everyone. That allows more love to flow. Hanging out with my kitty, sitting in stillness, yoga and closeness with my children. All right, so do more things that open you. Anything that you do that helps you to open, to soften, to come back into the moment with a place of awe and joy, even a teeny, teeny, teeny bit, is going to continue to open you more and more. And so we can teach ourselves how to do more things that open us. Now, that seems kind of contradictory because it's like, well, of course I would want to do things that open me. But a lot of times we have agreements of like, well, I have to get my to-do list done first, and then I can do something that opens me. Then I can have pleasure, right? Or I don't really deserve to open, or it's not safe to open, so I'm just going to continue to close. And I'm just going to think about all the ways I haven't been safe in my life. So there's places that we don't give ourselves permission to do things that open us. So I want to give you permission. If you're one of those people, I used to be one of those people. I'm not any longer. If you're one of those people that hasn't given yourself permission to do things that open you, that bring you pleasure, that bring you a sense of joy, I'm giving you permission now. Yay. Okay. And this is regardless of what's happening in the world around you. You can hold many different things. You can be in grief. You might be horrified about what happened in the United States yesterday. You might be in grief around losing someone that you love. You may be navigating old trauma and wounding. You can also open to more pleasure and more joy and more just relaxation in your body. You can hold both. We get to be flexible in that way. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Music. Yeah, exactly. And Skylar, yeah, it's scary at first, the unknown door versus the known. And sometimes we rest into the known, even if it's hurting us. We stay in the familiar. And it's important for us to gently step out into the open of new things. So we had a couple questions. Yeah, Emma. So if you're not sure what opens you, or if you don't know who yourself, this happens all the time. So many of the women, especially that I work with, have gotten to a place where they have no idea who they are. They don't know what brings them pleasure, what they like even more, and they feel lost and broken. So you're not alone. It's really common, unfortunately. I think it's also true for men, but I've seen this especially true for women because often we've learned to give ourselves away, to take care of everyone else, to not have our center. And so it can be a hard realization to recognize, I don't know what I like anymore. I don't know who I am. I just feel broken. You're not broken. So whatever any of you are navigating emotionally, whether you're navigating a divorce, or you're navigating the death of someone that you love, or you're navigating old wounding that you've been carrying for a long time, you're not broken. You may need support and guidance and help around clearing out your emotional body and clearing out your mental body, but you're not broken. And it's going to be baby steps. So you open the door to baby steps. And the baby step is, okay, what brings me a little bit more pleasure? This orange that I'm holding in my hand or this apple? And it can be anything. Okay. Do I feel pleasure with the color blue more than the color red? To just start to get curious and open, yes, scents, essential oils, which smell, does this open me or not? Little bitty baby steps, and your being will start coming back online. Okay. And getting support. I'm glad, Doe. Yeah. Good. Jen, dusting up the camera to create soon. Permission appreciated. You're welcome. Yeah, exactly, Anna. After getting out of an emotionally abusive relationship, I have no idea who I am anymore. So for those of you that are in transition, yeah, Elizabeth, the death of your husband, and now the whole world is shifted, right? What's next? How do you move forward? So for those of you that are in big transitions right now, of any sort, please find good community that'll hold you through the transition and will help remind you that you're not broken, that will help remind you to take baby steps, that will help love you. One of the things that we're doing next week is we're doing a series of webinars to talk about, to keep going deeper with these ideas that I've been bringing through the New Year giveaway. So for those, especially for everyone, but especially for those of you that are in transition, please join me next week for one of the Claim Your Warrior Goddess Self webinars, and I'll share the link. And also I'm doing a part day workshop next Saturday, or this Saturday. It's already this Saturday. Oh no, never mind. Ignore. It's next Saturday, the 16th. Okay. So January 16th, you can join me for a 4-hour workshop. We're going to do a deep dive, and it's all free. Okay. So I'm going to share the links for those. The best thing to do is just go get on our list if you're not on the list already. Here's the giveaway link. So I'm going to share a bunch of links. So there's the giveaway link. If you're not on the part of the giveaway and you want to be part of the drawing, join the giveaway. Okay. Find a community during lockdown is a huge challenge. That's why I'm doing this online, is to help build community. Because you're right, it is really challenging. But we have this amazing technology. So here's the link, claim for the webinars that are coming up the 12th, 13th, and 14th. So next week, I'm doing 1.5 online intensive so we can do a deep dive into the teachings. And I'll be giving a map that will help you to see where you need to work, what your next steps are. Okay, it's really powerful teachings. So please come join me if this resonates with you at all. You need some extra support right now. It's a great place to get it. Okay, good. Oh, thank you, Tamu. Yeah, sometimes being too open has been difficult for me. I end up getting hurt. We're learning how to open. Here's the image. Somebody gave me this image a really long time ago when I was in my early 20s of, if you're closed, if there's this sense of closure and armoring and protection all the time, and somebody shoots arrows at you, they can pierce the armor and there's hurt, you get hurt. The image was of getting so open, of opening so much that the arrows go right through you, that there's nothing for them to stick to. When somebody shared that with me, I couldn't even imagine what they were talking about. Today, I understand it because that's my experience. I still get emotionally hurt. I do. And I've learned when the hurt happens to open bigger, to get more spacious in my being. And that allows the pain to go through. It also allows me to look at, well, where is the pain coming from? Okay, because that arrow is touched something inside of me that what I've learned that needs healing. And when I open, I can then track and explore what inside of me needs healing, what needs to be nurtured. Okay. Oops, sorry. Yeah. So if the link doesn't work for you, yeah, I hear the book is sold out on Amazon and on bookshop.org. So I know they're reordering. Okay, if you're having any problems with the link, here's what I'd love you to do. Here's what I'd love you to do. Please reach out to my team. So here's our email, hello@heatherashamara.com. Reach out to us and they can help you get you, make sure that you're in. Okay? So any of you that are having a hard time figuring out how to, or it's not working, if the link's not working, please reach out to my team, hello@heatherashamara.com, so they can get you registered and figure out what's going on. Okay? Thanks, loves. Heather Ash, I'm so grateful for your book. Was the one that really opened my soul to know it's vital to love myself first. It's been a roller coaster, emotional, mental, spiritually, and all of the above. Yeah, it can be a roller coaster. Good. Okay, I'm glad it worked. Yeah. So I almost feel like a newborn on this love and healing journey. Yeah, I love the analogy of gentle baby steps, crawling if needed. True. Crawl if you need. And here's the things, love, and I'll talk more about this on the webinars next week. So, join the webinars, warriorgoddess.com/claim, and I'll stick it down again. And if it's not working, go email my team. That when we're going through transitions, and I believe all the time, actually, not just in transitions, we need each other, but there's 3 things that we need. We need tools. We need support. So the tools, we need the community and the support, and we need the ongoing work of using the tools. All right. So if somebody said to you, okay, we're going to build a house, but I'm not going to give you any tools, you'd feel lost. You wouldn't know what to do. But if somebody said to you, we're going to build a house, here are the tools, and I'm going to be right here to teach you how to use them, it's really exciting. Okay, that's what's happening in my life right now. What COVID, like this time right now for me, I've spent a lot of time up on the land that I'm stewarding. So I have 180 acres. It's a community land, 180 acres outside of Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I've been learning how to build a house. And I've been learning how to use tools because I have a partner who's a contractor and knows how to build shit. So he's teaching me. Okay. Yeah. And it's the same thing with our own transformation. We are all carrying many beliefs and agreements from our experiences, from our ancestors, from what we call the dream of the planet. And we need the tools and the support to clear that out. That's what my mission is on the planet, is helping people to have the right tools to clear out the past and the hurt and the wounding and the support to do that, so that we can then be more open and creative and joyful. And loves, over the years, I have worked with so many people that believed that they were completely broken, that couldn't trust other people, that didn't know what they believed any longer, and that through using these tools learned how to start loving themselves again, how to heal the old wounding. It's possible. But really, we need each other. We need support. We need good tools. So please join the webinars next weekend, or next week, excuse me. I would love to share more with you. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, it's so true, Melissa. These tools and teachings are essentially navigating present waters of life. Yes, because the waters of life are intense, right? Yeah. Thanks, loves. Okay, so Rebecca, great question. I'm going to open it up for questions. I'm going to go a little bit longer than I usually do today. So I'll open it up for any questions that you have. I understand what is bothering me, but I need the other person to reach out. Otherwise, I question my behavior and actions. Basically, I need closure from the other. Okay, I know this one well. sometimes you get closure with other people and sometimes you don't. And so you get to find, how do you create your own sense of closure? What do you need to do to nourish and feed and clear and create a sense of closure so that you can open into something new? So I could say a lot about this, but from experience, I can share that while we yearn for closure, really what we need is to find that sense of closure inside of ourselves. Yeah, Sophie, we haven't even put up the workshop from next week. So if you sign up for the webinars, we'll invite you in or get in the newsletter. But January 16th, I'm doing a 4-hour deep dive. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Julie, I like what you said about learning to be so open that arrows go through. I'm just learning to take my battered armor off piece by piece. Yeah. Slow, gentle, loving. Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome. Gazala, how to convince people to learn to become teachable so someone can help them. You can't. Other people have to become ready on their own. And I think about it as ripening. Okay, I think about it as ripening. I apologize, everybody. The workshop on the 16th is happening, but we don't actually have it up on the website yet. So put yourself on the email list and we'll send you the invite, I promise. And I'll share about it again. So if you're looking for that, go to warriorgoddess.com. Just make sure that you're on our email list. If you are, you're going to get an invite for it. So what I would say is sign up for the Claim Your Warrior Goddess Self. Sign up for that webinar and we'll definitely give you the information about the upcoming workshop, which is called Reclaim Your Wholeness. So I apologize. I forgot that we don't have it up yet. Yeah. Ripening. So this is such a great analogy. So I'll close with this analogy of ripening. Okay. What if my husband can't handle my emotions? What do I do? What you do is find safe and sacred ways to release your own emotional content. And this is true in all of our relationships, is that part of what we get to learn to do, part of what we're opening is we're opening our capacity to witness the places that we're in negativity or disaster mind. We get to open to the places where we have old emotional wounding and pain that we haven't cleared out. We get to open to looking at, how am I in relationship to my body and is it serving me or not? If you are in a relationship where your partner doesn't feel like they can handle or hold your emotions, then you respect that and create a safe and sacred place for you to clear your emotions and find other people to do that with. So I write a lot about this in my book, Warrior Heart Practice. So it's the newest book that I have. For those of you that are new to me, this is the book that's sold out everywhere right now, I hear. So you can get it, but you're going to have to probably order it because it's been number one on Amazon and shamanism and in New Age goddesses for years, and it just went back up on the list as number one. And so it's getting sold out everywhere. So put your order in if you don't have a copy of it yet. You can also get it on Kindle. You can also get 2 chapters that you can download. Okay, so Warrior Goddess Training. Everything's on the website. This is my newest book. It came out a year ago. There's a lot in here around emotion. So I'd really support you in getting Love Ascension Rob. Getting a copy of this book would be really supportive for you. Okay. Or Warrior Goddess Training, but that's the one I would say is the best one. Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting. You know, that book came out 7 years ago. I think it's been 7 years, and it was a gift. Like, I wrote Warrior Goddess Training as really wanting to start a movement, wanting to start a revolution, a community, and we have a phenomenal community. Okay, so we have a Facebook group, a private Facebook group that has like 28,000 women in it. We have a lot of different offerings all the love streaming. I have an incredible team. So, and I have a podcast. So you can also, that's another place that you can connect, is to connect in with the podcast as well. Yeah. So it doesn't, thank you for the thanks or the gratitude or the congratulations. And I just feel like, yay, the world is getting more important teachings. People are getting support, because that book is a phenomenal gift to help us to stay steady. Okay. Trish, it's the only one of your books that I don't have. Yeah, because it's a brand one. Podcast. Did you finish with closure on your own? I talked about it, but how to do it? Yes, the podcast is on Spotify. The podcast is called Warrior Goddess Revolution. Okay. There's I have 4 episodes. It's brand new, but I'm about to do a bunch. So it's everywhere, pretty much. It's on Stitcher, it's on Apple, it's on iTunes. And so you can also go to, let's do this, warriorgoddess.com/podcast. If those of you are podcast people, you want to jump on that. I'm doing some really beautiful interviews. Podcast. Yeah, and what I'm doing with the podcast is I'm doing like a shorter 30-ish minute broadcast, and then I'm interviewing somebody and doing a longer deep dive interview. So that's fun. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to answer 2 more questions before we close. Again, these love streams have been part of the Warrior Goddess New Year giveaway, which is open to everyone. If you haven't joined the giveaway yet, you can win stuff. It's super cool. So we're doing a daily drawing, random drawing of 2 copies of my book, one of my books. I've written 8 books, so we're going to pull out 2 books. I'll sign them. Gift. So there'll be 11 different winners, random drawing. And you'll also, if you're in the giveaway, be in a drawing to win our grand prize, which is a year-long membership in our Warrior Goddess Training Circle, which is where all of my teachings live, and 2 coaching sessions. All right. So yeah, very exciting. So put yourself in the giveaway if you haven't already. And you'll also then get invites to all the other things that we have going on. We haven't posted the winners yet, Susan. We're going to actually do it all January 15th. We'll post all the winners on January 15th and comment, and notify everybody, including the grand prize winner on January 15th. Yeah. So one of the questions was around this idea of closure. How do you create closure? It's a big question, so I'm not going to be able to answer that one. But it is possible. It takes time, and it takes a willingness. It takes so much of our own healing process, takes our intent and our willingness to heal and to say, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to create closure, but I'm dedicated to learning how to create a sense of closure and a sense of freedom. And sometimes, here's where I really learned about this, that I am in relationship with most of my exes. Like, I've had a lot of relationships in my life, a lot of beloveds, and most of them are really good friends. I'm still in contact with a lot of them, okay? Except for my ex-husband, who has had his cut contact completely. And that was incredibly painful for me for many years, because I was like, we were married, we had a life together, like, this person's supposed to be in my life. And I had a lot of suffering around that. And then one day I realized what was going on was that I had the expectation that he should want to be friends with me. That was an expectation. He doesn't have to be friends with me. That's his choice. And I got, if I want people to respect my choices, I have to respect other people's choices. And if his choice is he doesn't want to have contact with me, I need to let go of the expectation that I have that he should want to. Because what's true? He doesn't, period. And instead of then having all of this content of, I did this wrong or he's not doing it right, I just let go. I just really opened to what was true. And in that opening, I got free. And I then was able to create closure. Okay. Is it nice and neat and pretty? It's not. on the outside, but in my heart, it is, because what I came to is I love this human, period. They're an important part of my life, period. It's one of my big teachings is the period. His loss, Burton, I agree. I love. And I can go on and love him. That's my love. I don't need him to receive it or not receive it. Okay. I can let go and choose how I want to be in relationship with myself going forward. So I hope that helps. It's a much longer conversation. You know, so much of these conversations that get opened when we do the love stream, there's a lot more. But I want you to, you know, part of what I've learned is that when we know that there's a possibility of doing things in a different way, that opens something in our being to figure out how to find the right community, the right tools. And so if my sharing my experience, if my sharing my journey can help you, I'm going to share and can help you to then find your way. Okay. Yeah. So I hope that helps, loves. It does evolve. Yeah. So I said I was going to close with this idea of ripening. So I'm going to do a quick blast around ripening. And this concept is in my book, what's called Warrior Goddess Way. That one might still be available. It's the second book in the Warrior Goddess training series. There's 4 books in the Warrior Goddess training series. This one is it's not as simple, I would say. Like Warrior Goddess training is very like it's 10 lessons. It's very step. The Warrior Goddess Way is a deeper dive into the teachings, I'll say. So I talk a lot in there about forgiveness and about so many things. And this idea of ripening, saying yes, authenticity. So there's all sorts of things. Okay, so we're going to close with this concept of ripening. I love this so much. I'm so excited to share this with you. Fruit. Think about fruit. So you have unripe fruit and you have ripe fruit. And we also have unripe stories, what I call unripe stories and ripe stories. So an unripe story is a story you're still attached to. There's still pain when you think about it, when you feel it. There's still wounding. There's an attachment. Okay, unripe. A ripe story is you look at the story, or you really think about your story, and you realize this isn't true, or this isn't story. I'm ready to let this go, and it starts to dissolve. It ripens. Okay, so there's the foundational concept. How do you ripen fruit? So if you have a piece of unripe fruit and you want it to ripen, and we started this conversation out about this idea of opening and closing, and we can use the same words. If you're closed, how do you open? If you're unripe, how do you ripen? So to ripen fruit, there's 3 main ways. There's many ways, but there's 3 main ways. 1, patience. Leave it on the tree, let it ripen. Patience will ripen it. If you want to ripen it more quickly, let's say like you pick a piece of fruit and you want to ripen it, there's 3 ways. 1, put it in the sunshine. So if you have an unripe tomato, for example, and you put it in the sunshine, if you put it in your window, it'll ripen. Okay. For me, I'm going to share all 3 of them, and then I'll talk about how they relate to our stories. Put it in the sunshine, put it in a brown bag. So if you take an apple that's unripe and you stick it in a bag and you close the bag around it, what's happening is it's in an enclosed space and it'll ripen itself because it's off-gassing. Okay, it's off-gassing. And so it ripens itself because it's an enclosed container. The 3rd way is put it next to other ripe fruit. Put that unripe fruit next to, if you put an unripe avocado next to a ripe banana, it'll actually, the ripe or ripe avocado, it'll actually help the other fruit to ripen faster. Okay, this is so cool. Are you ready? So the ways that we heal our stories, our wounding, our old agreements, our attachments, the places that we have expectations. 1, put it in the sunshine, which means share it with somebody who's going to be like sunshine, who's going to be neutral, who's going to say, I hear you, who's going to receive without trying to fix you, without trying to make you wrong, but who's going to hold the space. And I've seen this over and over again. Sometimes the stories we have are so held down in our being by shame, by blame, by fear, that just telling our story to somebody else that's neutral to loving, will ripen the story. Okay. But it doesn't help to tell your story to someone who's like, you're right, that's a terrible thing. I can't believe that happened to you. I'm so sorry. I had an experience like that too. That's not going to ripen it. Okay. It has to be someone who's loving, neutral. Okay. The second way is put it with other, in a bag, is sometimes you need to stop telling your story to ripen it. Because what's happening is every time you tell a story, you're rewounding yourself, rewounding yourself, rewounding yourself. And so actually the healing is to hold and let it ripen, that it'll ripen if you stop wounding yourself with it. And the third way is to put it next to other ripe fruit. And that's what we're doing right now. We're coming together to learn. And I'm sharing my ripeness, we can say, and other people are sharing their ripeness of places that we've gone through hard things and ripened to the other side. And literally just by reading people's books that have ripened particular areas, watching videos, being around them physically, ripening starts to happen. So we are ripening together because we're seeding possibilities inside of each other. So there is a beautiful way to open. And remember, everyone, baby steps, little steps at a time. Yeah. All right, sweet ones. Thanks for joining me today. Again, we'll be doing several more broadcasts as love streaming continues through January 11th. Thanks for the recap. I love it. Thank you. That's beautiful. Yeah. Baby steps, put in sunshine, neutral person willing to love, receive, put in bag, allow to ripen, stop story repeating, put next to other ripe fruit, community and possibility. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So may we all continue to ripen. May you open to your closures. May you continue to be held in community that supports you and to get good tools. Again, for those of you that are feeling inspired by this work, please come join me next week on one of the webcasts that I'm doing. So the webcast is called How to Claim Your Warrior Goddess Self. I'm going to share goddess.com. And basically the best thing to do is just get yourself on the email list in some way and you'll get information around it. But go sign yourself up, warriorgoddess.com/claim, so that you can join me next week. And there's 4 different times to choose from. We make sure that we vary the times a lot. We'll take an hour and a half. We're going to do a really deep dive and explore a new way of looking at ourselves. And you'll come out the other side really with an understanding of where to put your energy next, what your next actions are. All right? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, sweet ones. Mm-hmm. Take good care of yourselves, loves. And if you want more support or you haven't watched the backlog of videos, because I've been doing videos every day, Serena did one as well, you can always go to either my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Heather Ash Amara, or you can go to my Facebook, my public Facebook group, which is facebook.com/HeatherAsh.Amara. And the easiest way to find the previous videos, not old, HeatherAsh.Amara/live will bring you up to all the videos. All right, so you can go review those. Yeah. Much gratitude and love. And I'm about to now go travel to my other home outside of Santa Fe and move in. Got a new space that I'm moving into, so I'm really excited about that. Please pass on about the Reclaim Your Warrior Goddess Self, the webinar, the online intensive that's happening next week. Please pass that on as well. Yay. Take care, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thanks again for joining me. Bye-bye.